Hello, MsPudding here to present our first hero guide on one of the most overlooked heroes in HoN, Balphagore. Balphagore is an extremely powerful pusher and ganker with very unique skills, so let's go over them quickly before we jump to the laning part of our guide. His first skill, Regurgitate, deals damage over time and slows movement speed in a cone in front of him while spitting out 6 corpses. The cone moves with him as he walks and changes direction, allowing him to chase fleeing enemies with it. This skill works extremely well with his minions. As you can see here, Regurgitate slows Soul Reaper enough for his minions to catch up and get multiple hits in, dealing enough damage to net Balphagore a kill with his ultimate. His second skill, Demonic Pathogen, silences an enemy unit for up to 4 seconds at its highest rank, in addition to dealing a small amount of damage. Pathogen will also jump and spread to nearby enemy units if they are in the vicinity of the afflicted target when it dies, or the skill's duration runs out. Here, Pathogen is used quickly to silence a fleeing Swiftblade before he gets the chance to use his ultimate, netting Balphagore another easy kill. Corpse Conversion is arguably the most important of Balphagore's skills. It allows him to gain charges used to summon minions for each corpse he walks over, while also healing him at the same time. Each minion requires 3 charges to summon, and Balphagore can store up to 15 of these charges at the skill's highest rank. These minions also move faster than your average hero move speed, allowing him to actually surround and kill enemy heroes with proper timing and positioning. Your minions can also effectively counter skills like Arachna's Spider Ultimate and Engineer's Turret and Ultimate because you can immediately summon your minions and focus down the spider or gadget to kill it almost instantly. Last but not least, his ultimate, HoN Newerth, deals damage in a large AoE around him. This skill gains increased effectiveness depending on which of its 3 stages you end up using. Balphagore gains charges to power up his ultimate from enemy heroes using their spells near him. His ultimate deals devastating damage in addition to summoning badass exploding minions when fully powered up. So most enemy teams will try and focus down Balphagore in teamfights before he gets enough charges to use his stage 3 ultimate. Consequently, Shrunken Head is a very good item to get when playing Balphagore, as it prevents the enemy heroes from focusing you in a teamfight with their nukes. When playing Balphagore, you'll want to focus on leveling Regurgitate and minions in most games. Pathogen is rarely needed until later, although you can grab it at level 8 as a mid-solo, or even earlier if you needed to interrupt channeling heroes like Electrician early on. Notice that the first and third skill are shown to be interchangeable at level 1 and 2. Generally, you'll want minions at level 1 for soloing the middle lane, and Regurgitate for the side lanes. In a 2v2 side lane, Regurgitate is far more useful than minions for low-level skirmishes and combat, whereas minions are better in a 1v1 solo mid situation, because you can use them to maintain rune control and harass your opponent, while also being able to push the lane with ease and regenerate health. Maxing out minions at level 7 is ideal because it allows you to put enormous pressure on your opponents, and drop their towers quickly if they ever decide to leave the lane to grab a rune, heal, or gank. Let's go over soloing the middle lane with Balphagore. For powerful early game pushing, you can grab starting items of Ring of the Teacher and Runes of the Blight. From here, you can go straight for a bottle which combined with your lane pushing power should give you a significant advantage in controlling the runes. After bottle, Blood Chalice further helps solve all mana issues Balphagore once had, and synergizes perfectly with his first and third skill, allowing him to use his mana freely and regain corpse charges and health quickly after using Chalice. How aggressive you can be in middle depends on your opponent. If you are in a tough early lane against a strong nuker like Soul Stealer, simply get in last hits when you can and don't worry about summoning minions early. The most important thing is to hit level 5, at which point you can start seriously pushing towers. It would also be best to turn off Ring of the Teacher early on, so that you don't push the lane away from your tower against a ranged opponent who is heavily harassing you. On the other hand, against a hero like Arachna that has no nukes, you should utilize your strengths and push as hard as you can early on by auto-attacking and quickly killing creeps. Heroes that excel at harassing but have no strong nukes will quickly be dominated and lose their middle tower against the pushing capabilities of your minions and your +3 armor aura. You can also send your minions to dive the tower and harass the enemy hero at opportune times before the rune spawns, giving you plenty of time to grab the rune and either keep up the pressure in mid or gank a side lane. If your opponent leaves the lane to gank, heal, or grab the rune, don't hesitate to take advantage of his absence. Balphagore can drop undefended towers very easily, and this places significant pressure on the enemy's side lanes because they will often have to send one or two heroes from those lanes to assist their middle ally in defending the second tower and pushing you back. At this point, you can either choose to push the side lanes and take down the two outer towers, or if you've completed Abyssal Skull, solo Kongor. Once you have both Abyssal Skull and Blood Chalice, you can solo Kongor as early as 13 minutes, and it's pretty much a cakewalk if you decided to pick up some plated griefs beforehand. Use your minions to tank and simply micro them back as they get low, while continuously spamming Blood Chalice and Regurgitate to pick up charges to respawn your minions when they die. With a solo level advantage, the side lane towers should drop quickly to a push from you and your teammates in that lane, and you can keep on pushing that lane afterward until you meet heavy resistance. You can take out the secondary towers with the armor aura provided by Abyssal Skull, and a maxed Regurgitate at this point can quickly kill enemy creep waves while providing plenty of corpses to respawn your minions. Let's hop back quickly to the beginning of the game. Laning Balphagore in one of the side lanes with an ally hero who has a stun is also quite effective. Your item build here is also a lot more flexible. You can go for an early Blood Chalice with Crushing Claws and Mark of the Novice, or pick up an Iron Buckler to help you tank in the lane. There are usually more opportunities for early game kills in the side lanes, so it'd be best to level Regurgitate first and combo it with an ally stun or snare. Once Balphagore gets within puking range of an enemy hero in the lane, he can almost always net his team a kill with the minor help of an ally as he chases down a target, slowing and dealing massive damage. Here, Balphagore pukes on Ophelia to slow her while taking advantage of his minions' high move speed, using them to constantly block and orb walk attack her. Valkyrie tries to help, but having already used her leap, she gets blocked by the minions while Balphagore pukes on her, netting him 2 kills. And once again, let's take a moment to revel in the power of Balphagore's ultimate as he takes on an entire team of heroes by himself. Alright, we hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. That's all, folks.